Alright guys, I got a 2015 3.5 liter Ecoboost F-150 Platinum 4x4, and there's a code in the computer for a P0131. So closed loop fault is when it was set. Long-term fuel trim is negative 15.63%. Short-term fuel trim is 0.78. O2 sensor circuit low voltage bank 1 sensor 1. So that's passenger side upstream O2 sensor. So I'm going to pull up my data logger and see what's going on here. Initially on startup, my upstream current was fluctuating, and it was mimicking what my upstream driver side sensor was doing as well. They were fluctuating together. About 10-15 seconds into running, all of a sudden it froze up. So it's showing me when I first started this up, that sensor on initial startup is doing what it's supposed to do, but after it warms up a little bit and it starts actually doing its thing, giving live reading, it freezes up. Typically that's not a voltage problem. Typically that is a sensor problem itself. So at this point we need to remove the upstream O2 sensor and replace it. It's getting voltage, it was functioning fine, and all of a sudden freezes up. If you look at your short-term fuel trim, they're mimicking each other. They're doing what they're supposed to do. A little out of loop here, but it's trying to correct and make changes and stuff based on what it's seeing come through the cat. I like the fact that they're mimicking each other. It shows me that they're actually functioning fine. I like the fact that the current for the driver's side upstream O2 sensor is actually it's moving like it's supposed to, and these down here are staying pretty even. Your downstream should be pretty even, because if they're doing what your upstream is doing and they're fluctuating crazy like this, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, then your cats are not doing their job. This tells me my cats are functioning fine. The downstream O2 sensors are reading good, but when I look at my current for my upstream, I can see how my driver side upstream it's actually moving. It's fluctuating like it's supposed to. My passenger side upstream bank 1 sensor 1, no good. It's just stuck. It's not moving at all. Again, refresh my data, erase everything. You can see here, driver side upstream, it's moving, it's fluctuating, it's making changes, it's kind of reporting back. Passenger side upstream bank 1 sensor 1, it's stuck. The sensor's garbage, it's no good. So what it does, the truck will actually revert to bank 2 upstream sensor, and it will start pulling data from that to stop the vehicle from being hurt by any kind of excessive amount of fuel or lack thereof. So it will actually start to look at bank 2 sensor 1, and it will adjust off of that, and it'll throw a code for your upstream passenger side O2 sensor. So I'm going to see if the customer will approve a replacement of this sensor, but I'm going to inspect the wiring harness and stuff first before I do that. Okay, so there's your upstream bank 1 O2 sensor right here. Plugs in, it goes up, goes into this black clip right here. Pull it out, pull your harness down, plugs in right there. It's dirty, so you're gonna have to tap it, move it around, push it in and out, and eventually it pops out of there. It's right here in front of the cat. I like to get down here and actually tap on these cats to make sure they're not rattling, because you start to hear like marbles and sounds like rice bouncing around. Cats need to be replaced. These are actually solid. So let's just replace the O2 sensor. I have a special wrench that I use for these that I bought at AutoZone years ago, and it's better than anything I found, better than even the OEM stuff. Here it is. This thing is just amazing. It gets everywhere. Even those big kits that people buy off the tool truck and stuff like that, they come and get this from me. The OEM number is 336-25246. Come on. Come on. Let me try to get this thing on here. Let me heat it up a little. Alright, I got it out. Okay, so here's the part number for the new one, 8F9Z 9 Frank 472H. It looks to be the same. Let's go ahead and install it. And when you tighten it up and give it a nice, real nice snug, because you got to crush that crush washer on it to get it to seal in the exhaust system. And then let's go back up there after I get everything plugged back in and reinstalled, and let's actually look at the data logger and see what happens. Alright, so let's get in here. Now that the O2 sensor, the new O2 sensor is installed, let's go to our PCM. Go ahead and select it to start loading. Now we got live data reading. The vehicle is not started. I'm going to go ahead and start it up right now. Okay, we're reading. See my everything's switching like it's supposed to. Now we need to monitor the current to upstream on both and see if this one right here locks up again like it did before. I'll come back in about 1 minute. Let's see what happens. Okay, it hasn't been quite a minute, but by now it locked up. It ain't locking up anymore, and they're both switching. They're both doing exactly what they're supposed to do. It was indeed a bad O2 sensor upstream for that circuit A code voltage P0131. So this is fixed. Everything is functioning like it's supposed to. I'll clear the keep alive memory to reset the fuel table, clear the codes out of it, and then drive it. But that's whooped. She's taken care of, no problem. Well, the customer should be happy about that. It was covered under his ESP. Okay, got DTCs cleared, got keep alive memory clear. You see my long-term fuel trim is back to 0 where it's supposed to be, and my short-term fuel trim is what's doing all the correcting. Typically between 0 and 7, 0 and 8 is where you'll see it, and it'll always kind of come back down to 2-3%, and that's normal. It's trying to continually do the fuel correction here. The only time long term is going to move is whenever there's a problem and it has to move out, and then short term has to correct so many times and slowly bring long term back down. Long term should stay as close to 0 as possible while short term does all the work. And here you can see clearly this O2 sensor is switching. No more voltage problem there. These are almost mimicking each other short term wise. Everything's good. Everything's functioning like it should. Thanks guys. Be blessed.